Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Every experience of our life has three components: the experienced object, the experience, and the experiencer. And all these three are known to us. We know the experience object, we know the experience of the object, this is hot, this is cold, etc. And we know the experiencer also. Yes, I know it. So who says this? Who is illuminating all the three? He has to be someone other than the three. And when we are able to bring our attention to this principle, then we are going in the right direction. So how it is? Suppose the object of experience is heat. So the experience is that of the hotness. Now, after the heat or the hot in experience, is a person born? Like misery is an object, experience of misery. Now the question is somebody miserable born? If a miserable is born, then we have missed the fourth factor. So, meditation will be therefore living in this awareness that when the experience is happening, the object of experience is very much potent to give the experience, but we do not allow the experiencer to be born. See? Now how this can be done? It is done in two ways. One is when the objects of experience are experienced, are they influencing us or not? If they are not influencing, how it is possible when the experience is there? It will influence us? No. If we stand apart and merely be the witness to the experience, this is one way. But in this witness, our attention is still to the experience. And we are struggling not to be the experiencer. So we are not reacting. Yes, misery is there. Yes, it is hot. See? But you must have seen if little bit hot is there and people, the 5-star spirituality brand people, when they are sitting for listening, they will immediately take out paper or the book in their hand and because an experiencer is born. So the first technique is this, remain as a witness. But this technique will not help you in the long run. Then what is the technique, second technique? Second technique is learn to be indifferent. This technique of remaining indifferent to everything in this world is living in meditation. And if you observe, when we move around here and there, we are constantly reacting with that experience, and when we react with the experience, somebody is born, the experiencer is born. Like we move in the morning, so no problem, but then we have comments. It is so nice, so fresh. We don't get this kind of climate in Bangalore. It is very nice. So, experiencer is born. Or if you are in Bengaluru, then there is a traffic jam. Their experiencer is born. Bangalore is the worst city in the whole world. See? Now, by this reaction, are you going to change anything? Yes. Your mood. You will become miserable. See? Therefore, one has to consciously practice this. Practice about commenting on anything or anybody. We have comments in the form of evaluation, in the form of condemnation, in the form of appreciation, in the form of recognition. And this is how, with every experience, an experiencer is born. But if we remain aware of this, see, like people listen to these various news, politics here and there, thereafter, see how much our reaction is there. And then we get involved, leading nowhere. Therefore, if we really want to get out of the notion that I am a soul, last 2 days we have seen how to get out of the body identification. Today we will try to understand how to get rid of the notion that we are a soul in a body. So, with every experience, experiencer are born, and slowly there are so many experiencers in our system. Experiencer child, experiencer teenager, experiencer married person, experiencer parents, so many of them. And that burden is so heavy that we cannot but all the time keep on talking only about that. This produces something called as ego. What is an ego? Ego is a mule carrying the burden of total past experiencers. Now we have to be clear about it. So when we do not mention or ask about our past or somebody else's past, by default you are in the present. And when we are in the present, there also, the problem is either we remember things or we start worrying about the future and then we justify. But shouldn't we plan our future? What planning? It is more of worry, very less planning. If you have to plan, plan only one thing. I should be happy throughout life. That's it. cannot change anybody in this world. Don't waste your time on people, on things. Here we are only to be such a fit instrument that through us the divine expresses. And for that we have to remove these bodies from our system. I as a child, I as a teenager. There was a great master and he had a disciple. And the master was hardly talking anything, cheerfully living, doing some gardening. And this disciple, after staying with him for 20-25 years, one day he thought, let me write the biography of my guru. So he wrote. And then went, sir, without your permission, I have written your biography. It will be useful for the other people. So please see. He took it and kept talking. Okay, so how much time you have spent on this? And just general talk here and there. And with every statement, even without reading what he has written, he started tearing that page by page. Okay, it must have taken a lot of time for you, isn't it, to write this thing? And that fellow is... there was no soft copy. And then he said, what you have written about me is what you have not understood. If you have understood about me, you would not have written a single paper, single page. What I have been talking to you all the time, only one thing, remain in the present. What you have written in the past, dead. See, friends, when you take this very sincerely, then you will naturally start remaining in the present. Then you are available to yourself for inquiry. Then who am I? It is for this purpose, karma and upasana is done. So when we have come to this point, now nothing disturbs us from outside. But what will you do when your old habits of mind? First habit of the mind is laziness. Second habit of the mind is sleep. Third habit of the mind is repeating the same mistake more efficiently day by day. Alasya, nidra, pramad. We have to get rid of them. And for that, mind has to be disciplined. So a real seeker is born when he starts working on the mind. Working outside, jhadu lagao, do asana, and this is okay, but this is nothing to do with the spiritual practice. Although it is a part of it. Like we go for shopping, we buy the things, then we come either by car or walking or by rickshaw, and then keep the things and then wash them. This is not food. Food is when you cook it and eat it, that is food. So earlier things are necessary, but they are not complete in itself. In the same manner, your karma, upasana is okay. It brings you pakasya vanyava jnanam. Like the cooking is ultimately done only when the things are kept on the fire. In the same manner, vanyava jnanam, the ultimate knowledge about our being, is the last step. So, our mind doesn't cooperate in this. Then the mind has to be disciplined. And in the discipline in the mind, we have to know step by step. First of all, mind alone expresses as the whole world. When the mind is not manifest, that mind is called as paravani. Vani means speech. That is unmanifest mind. But it is still there. It is not absence. Then that unmanifest mind starts slowly manifesting. The first step in the manifestation of the mind is the Pashyanti Vani, the speech where object and the word indicating the object, they are not yet separated. They are yet merged together. Like the ghee and the milk, they are together, not separated. Then this mind, which is now Pashyanti Vani, becomes more manifest. Then it is called as Madhyama Vani. The Vani is a speech. So mind expresses only as a speech. We come to the Madhyama Vani. Now in Madhyama Vani, the object and the word indicating the object, both of them are only thoughts. When we keep on talking to ourselves, we are in the Madhyama Vani. And then the last, when the mind expresses fully in the form of the speech, it is called as Vaikhari Vani. Vaikhari Vani is the one with which I am speaking to you. So, in this expression of the mind, the object and the word indicating the object, they are separate. Like mic is a word in my mouth. And what I am holding with my hand is the object indicated by the word mic. So that experience where the object and the word indicating the object are separate is the Vaikhari Vani. It is functional in the waking experience. Madhyama Vani is in the dream experience, where everything is thought, or when we are talking to ourselves. There is no object. Thoughts are the word and thoughts are the object. We are slowly going inward. Then, beyond that, we go to the Pashyanti Vani. In Pashyanti Vani, the object and the word indicating the object not yet differentiated, although ready to differentiate. We have gone still nearer to ourselves. And from there, when we merge in the Paravani, we go beyond relativity. We merge in pure consciousness. Like a wave going back to the ocean. Now this is the aspect to work on the mind. So we have to first train the mind. So what is the first obstacle of the mind? Laziness. You cannot justify being lazy. Punish yourself. Because of laziness, if something has happened, don't take food for 1 week. Don't take salt. How dare you can be lazy in life? No. Similarly, excessive sleep. If we can't discipline ourselves like this, we are good for nothing. Many people have got a problem waking up in the morning. Swamiji, I just cannot wake up in the morning. What should I do? Next life you will become a bed bug. See? Don't justify that dumb thing. So we come out of this, then do some exercise, go for running here and there, clean the house, wash clothes. Don't justify. Then you are working on the mind. Or else then we are a slave to the mind. A slave can never discover freedom. Now we have come to the mind. Now we have to discipline the mind. So first we start with the Vaikhari Vani. Now in this Vaikhari Vani, we chant the Lord's name. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Have some distinct, clear orders to yourself. Unless you complete n number of malas chanting, depending upon your disturbed mind. Suppose you have decided that I have to chant at least 7 malas of this mantra. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai. Do it. 7 malas. Without that, no question of taking a cup of tea or anything. Be disciplined. And the beauty of the mind is, you can make any habit to the mind quickly. So once you do it forcibly for a week or so, your mind will automatically start doing it. After this gross laziness is gone, now go to the second stage. So in that second stage, when you are chanting the Lord's name, see that no dissimilar thought intersects in between. So we chant Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So 3 times we chanted and no dissimilar thought. Followed by absolute silence. Now here you are working on the mind. And when you feel that the silence is likely to be disturbed because of the incoming thought, immediately again fire. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Slowly develop a stamina. That mind is trained to entertain only one thought for a longer period of time and for more number of times. When this is achieved, then we come to the next step. Now, after the chanting of the Lord's name, Sri Ram, then keep as long a silence as possible. Now, when you come to this stage, now you have crossed the Vaikhari Vani, the gross world, and I, somebody. You are dropped on that. Now you have come to the Madhyama Vani, and having come here, now the next training to the mind is listen to the silence and don't talk to yourself. And if you feel again your mind has started talking, again fire. But in the Madhyama Vani, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Now, please understand, when we think on any theme, it is a process of thought formation. When we are chanting the Lord's name, that is also the thought formation. So what is the difference? The difference is, when you entertain any finite theme, the theme being finite, the thoughts are incomplete. Because they are incomplete, next generation of thought is born. Like, I want a cup of tea. Thought. When they are going to give cup of tea? But I can always go in the kitchen and find out. They must be preparing for themselves first before giving us. But if I go to the kitchen, will they like it? How does it matter? Simply go and say Hari Om, they'll agree. So, one thought, I want a cup of tea, a series of thoughts is born and a momentum is gathered by the mind. And in that momentum, it is not the thoughts, it is the momentum of the thoughts that we get carried away in life. All those people who are mental wrecks, they are unable to arrest this momentum of thoughts. Keep on my and you can see from the eyes of a person. See? But when we chant the Lord's name, that is also a thought. But it doesn't generate a momentum. So when I say Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, it is complete in itself. There are no loose ends. Again I chant Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Again complete. So the net result is, mind doesn't go to sleep, as well as the mind doesn't gather the momentum of thoughts. So we want a mind which is neither going to sleep nor getting carried away by the momentum. That is achieved by chanting the Lord's name. When we thus consciously, with understanding, work on this, listen to the silence and don't talk to yourself. When we are thus listening to the silence, means what is happening? No sounds disturb us. And we go beyond the ears, the hearing ability. What is beyond the hearing ability is the mind. So when we start this practice, listen to silence, meaning don't react to any sound. You start living in the mind. So we have conquered two areas, objects of the world and the sense organs. Now we have come to the mind. Although the external things do not disturb us, yet the internal pressure of the old habit makes us talk unnecessarily about the future. So we take a firm resolution, never plan anything what you will do after meditation. So we have blocked the future. And for that purpose, this practice. Do not talk to yourself. this, in due time, the mind dissolves in consciousness. And therefore, this is not a Jada Samadhi. Mind has not dissolved in Prakriti, matter. Mind has dissolved in consciousness. Such a master lives in this world like any average person, but the greatness is he is never influenced or disturbed by the world. In this, there is no struggle because we are not expecting anything to happen. Don't struggle for some unusual experiences to happen. Seeing the lights, horripilation, some kind of ticklings. Even if it happens, be indifferent. Here, now to strengthen our wisdom that we are no more enslaved in the body. So from here we start playing meditation. What it is like being other than the body, like being the space. Now what is space? Which doesn't have the beginning, middle or end or modification. Now evaluate your own experience. You have no experience of birth, change, modification or death. This eternal presence is only one. So many bodies have come and gone, like so many dreams have come and gone. We are the same, uncreated, unchanging, undying self. feels good or bad is a trick of the mind. Just remain indifferent. And we have to remain aware that we are the same. Nothing is changing in me, like the space, effortlessly supporting all thoughts, but no thought disturbs. Therefore, this is unlike the Jada Samadhi, where we don't experience anything. Because the mind has dissolved in Prakriti, matter. We have to bypass Prakriti. With this understanding, we don't have to struggle for Chitta Vritti Nirodha. No thoughts. No. Let the thoughts come and go. Who cares? We keep living as consciousness. At this stage, you see, your asana has become perfect without paying any attention to asana. Your breathing is extremely slow and shallow without struggling for pranayama. Your mind is alive, yet not enslaving us. Therefore, disturbances may be there, but disturbed person is not born. Sounds may be heard, but hearer is not born. This experiencer-less experience is freedom from the soul notion. Take a little bit of deep breath and see now the body is included in the mind. Move your toes and fingers. concept that I am inside the body as the soul and the world is outside. The relative world begins and inaugurates the samsara. When this is a clear picture, to that extent, we will start living in meditation 24/7. Because now the mind is no more reacting. The mind is no more lazy. The mind is no more sleepy. The mind is no more entertaining any finite theme. And therefore, there are no thoughts creating the momentum with which we are carried away as a soul. Offer this at the feet of the Lord. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari